Okay, I'm gonna screen share. If you have any questions, make sure to type them in the chat, and so that I can answer them. Let's see, who can I see? Shannon, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen? Awesome. Okay. Okay. So where and how do I start? So I know some of you on here, you're newer coaches. Maybe you haven't really dug into anything except for your own fitness journey, as far as like helping other people get started in like business building activities. But the first thing really is that it starts with you. And what I mean by that is it starts with your journey. I gotta move this thing so that I can. Okay, so it starts with your journey. So you have to commit to a program. We have 4 vital behaviors in this business. The first vital behavior is to be a product of the product. You have to be perfect. No, you don't have to be perfect. Share on social media when you fall off track because it happens to everyone. You have to commit to a program and start being a product of the product. Share your journey on social media. Live fit out loud. And then the second vital behavior is personal development. And so this one is one that's missed by so many people. I know when I was a new coach, this was definitely the one thing that I was not doing. And now I do it way more than what the recommended amount is. So personal development is to get your mind in a positive place. And so 10 to 15 minutes a day is all you need of it. And that can be reading a book, listening to a book on Audible or audiobook. Every Monday we have national wake-up calls. So if you tune into those are usually 40 minutes long. If you have the podcast app, you can listen to the recordings on the podcast app. I think it's called Team Beachbody Coach. I think that's the name of the podcast. I can verify that. One thing that I did when I decided, okay, I'm going to go all in, is every day I would listen to one of the previous national wake-up calls. And maybe for those of you who don't know this, all the national wake-up call is that every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time, and they pick a coach who's doing really well in their business to kind of share what they're doing that's working for them. So it's different training opportunities. And some of it's just like really kind of gets you pumped up and wakes you up, a wake-up call for your week to get started. So they're really awesome calls, different trainings, different ways to do things, because there's no like set in stone perfect way to run your own business. So those are awesome to tune into, and I would count those as personal development. Podcasts that you can listen to, it's either called Your Virtual Upline or My Virtual Upline. But that's a good one. Bob Heilig does that one, and he just kind of teaches, how to run a social media business or a MLM or online business, whatever. Another podcast is Build Your Tribe, and then another one is Social Media Moneymakers. So if you're not really into reading, you can listen to podcasts. I listen to books. Top books that I would recommend, either on audio or physical book to read, is The Slight Edge, The Compound Effect, You Are a Badass, Grit, and Be Obsessed with the Average. Those are my top recommendations. But this is one that really, you will never hear of a successful coach that is not engaging in personal development. And just starting 10 to 15 minutes a day is all you need. I do 2 hours a day personally because I love it. I love how it makes me feel. It inspires me. It gives me something to post about if I feel inspiration. But 10 to 15 minutes is your starting point. Okay, social media. This is a really big one. I know a lot of coaches, sorry, someone's messaging me, but they can't hop on. Okay, so I know a lot of coaches coming in, they're like, oh, well, I don't want to be annoying on social media. I don't post a lot on social media. I'm introverted. That's fine. You don't have to be annoying on social media. Some people post their fit journey way more than others. Some people are more in your face than others. But I really just want you to be you. So what should you post? And yes, if you want to be successful in this business, if you want to make this into a business, you do have to post. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. and just going to be open and honest. And you have to post because this is an online business. You're hiding behind a computer screen. You're not going face to face with people, unless you're meeting up with them to talk about something, but you're behind a computer screen. So you should post 1 to 2 times a day. We used to post 5 to 7 times a day, but the Facebook algorithm is changing. It's always changing, so we have to change with it. So it's just 1 to 2 times a day. I'm happy if you post once a day, but the goal is 1 to 2 times a day. Share your journey. Do not use stock images, like grabbing Beachbody images off of Google or whatever. That's what I mean by stock images. Don't use names of Beachbody programs or products, and don't steal other people's content. So maybe Rachel posts like a really good call to action, and you're like, oh, I really like how she worded that. Don't copy and paste it. You can look at it and see how she did it and create your own out of it, but don't just steal other people's content. So when I say don't use names of Beachbody products or programs, like Beachbody on Demand, I'm doing 80-day obsession. I had a call with my corporate rep the other day, and she's like, I know you don't do this, but I see so many people doing it, and I just want to remind you, don't do that. People shouldn't necessarily even know that you're doing a program called 80-day obsession. You can talk about it being an 80-day fitness challenge or whatever, but then they hear 80-day obsession and they're like, oh, what's 80-day obsession? I'm going to go type this into Google. And then, then I'm not able to help them stick on their journey. So you want to create that curiosity so that they have to ask you what it is, and you can start connecting with them. If that makes sense. When you're sharing on social media, just be unapologetically you. So do share your fitness progress and any struggles that you're having, to relate to people. Share about your family. Share about your big 5. What I mean by that is if you can think of 5 things that you're like obsessed with or hobbies that you really like to do, share those things that can help you connect with other people. One example of mine is I'm obsessed with cute coffee mugs. So I shared that one day. It finally, after 3 years of doing this, I finally was like, I'm going to share my love for coffee mugs. And that post exploded. People were sharing selfies of them and their coffee mugs, and connecting with people on coffee mugs. It's the silliest thing, but be able to connect with people on what your hobbies and interests are. Because, there are so many coaches. There's so many coaches, and we all offer the same products and programs. The only difference is you. So you want to relate and connect with people on who you truly are. Breadcrumbs into coaching. Talk about team calls and team kind of stuff, and helping people get started on their fitness journey. And this challenge group of ladies doing a fitness challenge together, so you don't have to do it alone. That's what I mean by breadcrumbs into coaching. Little candidates of your day, and then clean recipes. So those are examples of things that you can share. You're not a fitness robot. You don't have to try and be one on social media. So I think some people are really like, oh, I don't want to post something fitness related every single day. You definitely don't have to. So I hope that helps some of you with what do I post on social media, and how do I start to attract people. Just start posting. Like I said, so every coach has the same products or programs to offer. The only different thing is you. So let them get to know, like, and trust you through your social media so you can start to build your tribe. Okay, and then so those are the things that you're kind of doing out loud. And now we're going to talk about the behind the scenes stuff. And this is where I think people are like, well, what exactly should I be doing? I'm going to tell you this is exactly what you should be doing. Okay, so first, tracking. If you're not tracking what you're doing, you do not have a business. So what do I mean by that? First of all, you can do it on whether it's pen and paper, Excel, or Google Sheets. Google Streak is an app through Gmail that you can use to track, or Asana is another tracking system. I'm actually going to do our call on Wednesday on Google Streak because that's what I'm using. But you have to be tracking, who you're talking to, new friends that you're adding. We're going to go through all of this stuff. How many people you're inviting a day, who you're following, who you're going to follow up with, that kind of stuff. And maybe I should have kept this one for the end, but just know that you have to start tracking. And when I first started tracking, I was using pen and paper, and it wasn't very organized. But the thing, I just started, so you just have to start. It can be messy. It can be very, very messy. And you'll fix it along the way. You'll be like, okay, this isn't working. I'm gonna try something else, and that is fine. But you just have to start. Okay, you have to grow your network. And when I say that, people are like, what do you mean I have to grow my network? So what I mean is you have to add 3 to 5 new friends to your Facebook or follow 3 to 5 new people on Instagram every day. Because if you're just talking to the people who you're currently friends with or who you're currently following, you're going to run out of them, if you're doing these things every day to grow your business. So you never want to stop growing your network. So adding 3 to 5 new people every single day and then writing those people down. And maybe not everyone's going to accept your friend request. That's okay. Then cross them off your list. That's fine. Keep going. So 3 to 5 every single day, growing your network. Connect. You have to connect, and what I mean by connect is send 3 to 5 private messages to your Facebook friends or DM on Instagram to start connecting with them. So these can be people like, friends who you already know, you've already had conversations with, you went to high school, if you went to college with, your work buddies, family, whoever. Start connecting with people. When you start with those people that you already know, it's easier to branch out and connect with more people. So examples that I have. So, maybe it's someone you went to high school with and you're like, hey girl, long time no talk, what's new with you? And, she tells you what's new with her, family, whatever, this, that, and the other thing, what's new with you? And then you can tell her a little what's new with you. And if you want, this is a great way to say, oh, and I started on my fitness journey, now I'm helping other women get started on theirs too. And if she asks you about it, you can kind of talk about it. Oh, I run these challenge groups, and it's kind of like a support system for everyone to help you get started on your fitness journey. Have you ever done anything like this before? And that can easily turn into an invite. And this is somebody that you already know. So that's one example. Hey girl, oh my God, I absolutely love seeing updates on your family. Your kids are super adorable. Can you believe we graduated from high school X years ago? It feels like forever. What's been new in your life? See, this is how I talk, in real life. So I want you, when you're messaging people, I want you to, not make it seem like it's super scripted, or, don't talk like I do if you don't talk like that, but talk how you talk. This is how I actually talk in real life. So that's another one. Or, when you post fitness progress photos or something fitness related, this is a super easy one that can turn into a conversation about health and fitness and potentially an invite. So if you go through the people who like your fitness posts, hey girl, thanks so much for the love on my fitness post. It's not always easy putting that stuff out there, and I really appreciate the support. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? If they say no, oh my God, girl, you should join my next challenge group. And if they have any interest, and you can tell them about it, or if they say yes, they're on a health and fitness journey, ask them about it. Maybe they'd be interested in coaching because they're already into health and fitness. You never know. And then, another example, hey girl, I just saw that you accepted a new job. Congrats. What is it you're going to be doing? Conversating about what's going on in their life that they're putting on social media. So those are just super simple examples. I hope that helps give you an idea of okay, how the heck do I connect? Just kind of going on their page or someone that just asking what's new with them. You were on my mind, what's new with you? Okay, so connecting with 3 to 5 people a day. Be social. And this one is just kind of, when you're scrolling Facebook or you're scrolling Instagram, scroll social media with a purpose. So like and comment on people's posts, whether you congratulate them for something. I like to say girl crush, where you're like, oh my God, girl, I love that top. Oh my God, girl, your eyebrows are on fleek. Ask questions. Where'd you get the mascara from? I love your lipstick. What color is it? The more you like and comment, and the comment is what's important here, the more you do that on people's posts, the more Facebook views you as friends, the more that they're going to start seeing your stuff in their newsfeed. So kind of get yourself on the back of their mind. So the more you do this, like I just said, the more you're going to show up on each other's newsfeed. So be social. Scroll when you're just mindlessly scrolling, just like and comment on people's stuff as you're scrolling. Invite. So you add 3 to 5 people, you connect with 3 to 5 people, you invite 3 to 5 people. So we're invite, where you're physically sending a message, inviting someone to join you in your next free group, challenge group, or coaching sneak peek. I'm going to be running coach sneak peeks once a month for everyone in our downline. So all you have to do is reach out to someone you know, like, okay, I started this coaching thing. Maybe it's like one of your really good friends. I started doing this coaching thing and I really have a big vision for it. I think you would be great at it and I would love to run with, like, for us to do it together and really take off with it. Would you be interested in checking out the sneak peek in the coaching so you can see what it's all about? You know, and you can say that to people that you like. You're like, oh, maybe I think this person would be really good at coaching. So all you have to do is invite them to it, add them in the group, and I'm going to do all the work for you for those coach sneak peeks. But otherwise, free groups and challenge groups, inviting people to join you. And I have in the file section in our team page, there are example invites that you can use, or kind of to see how I sometimes do it. But I don't really use scripts when I do it. I see what they're kind of posting or what our previous conversations were about, and I invite them of what I feel is appropriate to it. And we can do an entire call on inviting. I know we have before, but you know, it's never do too many calls on inviting because it's something that we have to do every single day. So definitely, like, if you're a new coach and you haven't really dug into it, reach out to your friends, like, oh my gosh, I'm loving this journey. I know Courtney and Megan, they're like sharing their journey on social media. You know, they haven't really, they've shared that they're losing weight. They're sharing their sweaty selfies. So you guys definitely can reach out to people, like, okay, so we're doing this and we're like losing weight. Like, you guys should totally do it with us. We'll get into a group and we'll support each other. It'd be so much fun. And you can, like, you know, you can say that to like your good friends who, like, you're obviously like seeing results, so why would you be afraid to reach out to people? You know what I mean? But you have to be inviting 3 to 5 people to join you in your next group. And if you don't have a group, or if you're a new coach and haven't started one yet, my next challenge group, well, it starts on Monday, but every month, the third Monday of every month is when my new group starts. You are always welcome to invite people to that if you don't have one set up, and we can run it together. So you know. Okay, so you invited people, and then you have to follow up with people. You had to follow up with 3 to 5 people that you previously invited to join your group. Maybe they were interested and it didn't really go anywhere. And whether they're interested and they give you an objection, like, oh, they have to wait until they get paid, then schedule a follow-up for, you know, when they tell you they get paid. And like, yeah, I know you needed to wait until you got paid. My next fitness challenge group is starting. Is this a better time? You have to follow up with people. So maybe one is like, hey girl, my next group is kicking off on Monday and I wanted to check in. You seemed super excited and ready to crush some goals. I'd love to help. Is this something you're still interested in? Or, you know, maybe you invited someone and it just wasn't a good time, and a couple months later you reach back out. You schedule a follow-up. Hey girl, just checking in. My fitness challenge group starts Monday and I was thinking of you, or I thought of you. Is this a better time? It's just a super easy, not in your face, letting me know I was thinking of you because you were interested once before. Is this a better time? And when I say follow-up, this is where tracking is so important. You are never going to remember, if you're doing these things every day, you're never going to remember every person that you've invited if you're not tracking them. And when I schedule people to follow up with, I do it in the calendar in my phone. You're like, okay, this wasn't a good time. I know it's probably going to be a while, so maybe I'll schedule one for 3 months out. I'm never going to remember that 3 months later that I talked to this one girl and need to follow up with her 3 months later. So I schedule it in my calendar. Or when someone's like, okay, I get paid next Friday, I go to my calendar, I put their name in there, and I do an alarm on my calendar with their name, so I know that I need to go back and follow up with them. But you have to be tracking in some way. And then extra things that you can do are, so like, okay, real quick. So these are the things that I do every single day. And Erin Denton, she's been a coach for a little while, and she finally reached out and she's like, okay, can you give me a list of what I need to do? Because she was just kind of like mindlessly inviting people here and there and always sharing her fitness journey, but didn't really know what to do. So I gave her this list that I'm giving you guys, and at the end I'll have the list there for you so you can take a picture of it or a screenshot or whatever. And definitely ask questions if you have them. If you're confused on inviting or if you're confused on follow-ups, ask. I expect you to be a little confused if you're a newer coach. It's not something that you're just like, okay, this is what I'm going to say. You know, it took me a little while. It took me to doing it, getting comfortable with it, but I know that these programs and products work. I know that the coaching potential, it's changed my life. I'm able to work full-time from home. So I'm not afraid to reach out to people because it obviously works. I've gotten physical results. I see financial results. But yeah, if you have any questions, I can't help you if you don't ask. Your upline coach, if I'm not your upline coach, your upline coach can't help you if you don't ask. Okay, so extra things that you can be doing. So you do that stuff, and you know you have some spare time or whatever. So to continue learning, you can watch YouTube trainings. I know I was talking to Rachel one day, and she told me that she was watching something on like how to build a YouTube channel or something like that. If you want to do extra things, or maybe you're confused on on inviting, you can Google like how to invite, how coaching invites work or something like that. And there's someone out there that has a YouTube video on like different ways of doing that. So I like to Google or YouTube search Lindsay Notway, Melanie Nitro, Bonnie Engel, and Christine Wire. Those are my personal favorites. Just type their name into YouTube, go to their page, and kind of scroll through their YouTube uploads. And they have different trainings on there that you can watch for free and learn different ways of doing things. Or sometimes I do these as my personal development. Like I really like Lindsay Notway's personal story of coaching, and so I watch that sometimes, and it just re-inspires me. JanelleSummers.com, that is pinned to the top of our team page, and you can go there, and every training that she's ever done is on there, so you can go through those if you want to learn something else. And practice. Connect with more people to get the hang of having more conversations. So talking to your high school friends, talking to your college friends, you know, just having more conversations with people. Oops. Okay, if you're unsure of anything, there are resources. So you can post a question in the team page, someone will respond to you. There's the files section in our team page. I have a few different files up there to help you. You can search the FAQs on teambeachbody.com. If you scroll all the way down, there's like questions or /FAQs or something like that. Click on that, and that's like Google for Team Beachbody. So you can search in the FAQs. You can search on Google. I'm sure something will come up if you type in like Beachbody, how do I do this? You know, and the FAQs and that kind of stuff, that's more so like if you have questions about like the programs or products, that stuff is what you'll probably want to search the FAQs for, and you can definitely find it in there or on Google. YouTube, like we just talked about, or message me or your upline coach. I really want to help you guys succeed, and like I said, I can't help you if I don't know that you need help. Okay, so here's your daily to-do list, and honestly, you can do this in an hour and a half maximum. Like sometimes I get done with my stuff, and I'm having 20 conversations a day, and I'm inviting more and connecting with more and doing more than 3 to 5, and I can still get this done in an hour and a half. So I don't want you, I know it kind of seems like a lot, but it really, you can get this done in an hour and a half, and that's like no time at all. I know some people do it in like little, like 5 to 10 minute pockets throughout their day with their messaging with people. So I don't want you to feel overwhelmed because it really does not take that much time. So every day, work out and drink Shakeology, be a product of the product. Post 1 to 2 times a day on social media. It doesn't always have to be fitness related. 10 to 15 minutes of personal development. Add 3 to 5 friends on Facebook or Instagram. Connect with 3 to 5 friends via personal message. Invite 3 to 5 friends to a group, whether you're doing a free group, a challenge group, or our coach sneak peek. Follow up with 3 to 5 invites, and make sure you're tracking your business. Okay, I'm going to stop. Oh, if you guys want to, I'll leave this up for a quick second if you want to take a picture. I can definitely post the picture in the team page too. Stop sharing. One chat. Team Beachbody Coach Podcast with the podcast. Okay, does anyone have any questions about anything? Did it all make sense? Did I lay it out a little easier of what you should be doing with your business? Like I said, this is literally what my day is. And I spend a lot more time like on YouTube and creating different trainings and stuff because this is my full time. But when I was first starting, that's all I was doing. 10 to 15 minutes of personal development, 3 to 5 of everything else, and doing my workout. And when I started, I was taking 18 credits in school. I was working 30 plus hours a week. I had a dog. I had a relationship, and so I was busy. But like Rachel works full time and she's a mom. She's busy and she's crushing it. Shannon goes to school full time and nannies, and she's working her business. So it's totally possible. You just have to find when works for me. And I also, one thing I didn't put in there is if you set business hours, if you treat it like a business, it's going to pay like a business. You have to, when am I going to do my invites today? When am I going to connect with people today? Kind of plan. Am I going to do it in between classes? Am I going to do it at my break at work? Or when I get home from work, I'm just going to sit down for an hour and do that. Okay. That's all I have for you. I do have this recorded. If you ever need to go back to it, please ask questions if you have any. I have a challenge group starting on Monday if any of you would like to be in it. Other than that, I'll let you guys have the rest of your Sunday, and we will see you Wednesday night for our team call. Bye, guys.